Don't forget, Tornado has 2 Challenge Belt victories. Another one here against Wild Thing, and they would keep the belts outright. Battle here between 2 spinning discs. That on top of Wild Thing is the fastest we've seen. Uses 6,000 revs per minute, but the more destructive early on is Tornado's at the front there, and certainly with the thrust again, Tornado up to 10 miles an hour top speeds, using 97 kilos of slam against the arena sidewall, and the angle grinder there. You can still see the spinning disc on top of Wild Thing rotating. It's got the lifting arm as well, and Tornado's a little nagger. It nags and worries opposition. We've seen it so far in Extreme. Very impressive, the Tornado boys. Andrew Marchant just caught a glimpse there of Brian Moss from behind with the long hair. Now can you see that front spinning disc, the cutting disc on Tornado, trying to gnaw away at Wild Thing? And look at the damage on the side of Wild Thing there. There's a hole also at the back just above the wheel. And certainly Nick Adams at the control of Wild Thing looked concerned, didn't he? Brave to challenge here. The impressive Tornado. Into the CPZ they go. Wild Thing out and about once again. They too can muster top speeds of 10 miles an hour. On the side there of that spinning disc, 2 cutting blades to wreak destruction, Wild Thing. But in comes Killalot. Steam is vented on the arena floor. You can also see the rear spike there, the back of the arm, Wild Thing. So plenty of weaponry. But at the moment, not causing too much destruction. They simply can't get a Tornado. And something's come off the side there of Wild Thing. Some of the armor plating has flown off for Wild Thing. That leaves the wheel vulnerable as well. Look at that. You can see it simply cut away. That again is that Tornado disc at the front. And Killalot also has Wild Thing pinned in now. Well, the eyes at the moment staring, but staring defeat in the face, Wild Thing. Tornado gets in underneath, and I don't know whether Wild Thing can right themselves. They can, using the arm well. It doubles as a stream neck as well as a lifting weapon. The pit descends. Tornado getting away from Wild Thing, sensing perhaps 1 or 2 more frontal assaults on the Adams family. Will leave Wild Thing down in a pit. Killalot's claw trying to gain purchase on, I think, that cutting disc. In on the side, can't tear, can grip but not crumple. Killalot is vast, massive, heavy, foreboding, ominous. Look at the horrible, evil twinkle in the eyes. Refbot comes in with just a little bit of a look. Tornado's done all the work here, and is heading, I think, to take that belt back into the trophy cabinet unless Nick Adams can do something very, very quick. They certainly are coming back here, Wild Thing, and the judges will be impressed with the tenacity of the thing if it goes to a decision. Killalot a little nip, a little bend and a buckle. Still Wild Thing on the attack again. Tornado, therefore, pushed back towards Killalot. That is dangerous. And Tornado and Andrew Marchant has left Tornado vulnerable there to Killalot. They just got away. They were fortunate. That wasn't great driving skill there by Andrew on the left-hand side. Look at the concentration. Nick Adams, bead of perspiration on the brow. When it's been a dogged battle, one of the wheels looks very, very buckled. It will go to the judges. That was a splendid contest of durability, I felt. This for a place in the semi-finals of the All-Stars contest. Tornado immediately whipping up a storm, pushing Pussycat into the flame. Out comes Pussycat with the patented Pussy blade. Slammed by Tornado once again. There the blades spinning dangerously. Cutting. Slicing. Oh, tyres come off! Where's that come off? It's come off Pussycat! Ripped away! Look at this, Pussycat onto the angle grinder on the side of the arena, and it was the angle grinder that simply ripped away one of the Pussycat paws. The wheel has gone. Has the plan gone with it? Tornado drives the Pussycat on again. Can run either way up, Pussycat. Don't worry about that if it's turned and toppled, but there is the major damage that they can't get any traction to get out. There comes Shunt with a diamond edge blade. And Pussycat holding on now for their very lives. Shunt almost pulled over. Tornado with a nudge and a push. Pussycat flicked over. Okay. In goes Tornado again. Pussycat has to dodge, get away. Won't be enough though. It'll have to come back on the attack sooner or later to get points. Does so. Turns. Gets the blade onto the top of Tornado. I don't think there was any damage whatsoever to the welded steel frame though of Tornado there. Tornado, a side push. Trying to perhaps get Pussycat onto the angle grinders again. Look on the arena side walls. This is a relentless robot, Tornado. Doesn't know when to stop. And again, Pussycat pushed onto the angle grinder. Luckily, got away, but you can see their damage to the chassis of the Pussycat. It's on the underbelly now. You can see it's bent there. Do you see? Sliced and bent. Real trouble caused by Tornado's push, and the Pussycat's going nowhere. Without that one wheel, they can't right themselves. They do now. They've got into the CPZ. Need to get away from Kilolot's lance and the crushing jaw. For me, this is a real surprise. Pussycat lacking control, of course, now. Damage has been sustained. If it goes to the judges, there can only be one winner. And it wouldn't be those Pussycat boys. Shunt causing damage to the cat. The 9 lives have run out. The cat's claws ripped away. Tornado, the cat's whiskers out there, I can tell you. Onto the jet of flame from the arena floor. Pussycat is being torched. It's the end of the cat. The cat of 9 tails will tell no more tales here in the arena. One of the other tyres has been ripped apart there. Off the wheel and Kilolot's on fire! Kilolot is on fire! The Redbot's in there! I don't think we've ever seen that, the Redbot using the fire extinguisher. Oh, Kilolot, what's happened to you, mate? Are we sympathetic? Well, I am, because he lives near me, and you don't want to rough Kilolot up, I can tell you. Oh, dear! Ashes to ashes, Kilolot. Look at the eyes. We want revenge later. How good does that feel? Put yourself out. Well, there can be one winner in the contest, but they caused damage to Kilolot in the end. Shows the green light, and Chaos 2 immediately does battle with Philippa. Oh, and tosses 99.9 kilos straight into the air. Alien Destructor spinning in the background. Philippa comes back on the attack. Chaos 2 looking to raise that CO2-powered pneumatic flipper, and again taking on Philippa. Taking on one at a time here. Chaos 2, great frontal assault. Look at that for power. And the silverfish goes swimming in the big pool of Robot Wars Extreme against the big fish. Chaos 2, a shark amongst robots. But the Alien Destructor is a reminder of what the Netherlands can do. There goes Philippa. And also the Alien Destructor, which can run either way up. Bottom has the same shape as a skeleton. What's Dead Metal doing in there? Shouldn't really come in at that stage, I wouldn't have thought. Redbot have a word. Chaos 2 being nudged around by Philippa. Maybe Dead Metal there is just saying, hang on, 2 against 1, I'll even up the score. But George Francis and Chaos 2, I don't think will probably need any help. There goes Philippa. Look at the great gash underneath there in Philippa. A huge, great ravine cut out of the bottom of Philippa. There's bits of metal all over the arena floor now. Chaos 2, just beyond the great steam vent. That's Philippa turned turtle. Bent and crumpled. Alien Destructor seems almost welded on there. Philippa, well, that's what Nancy Poppe wanted to show. The SREMEC, the self-riding mechanism, but the Redbot is counting out here. The Belgian machine. They're immobilised. There's the red card. So the Poppes are popped off and away and out of this international crunch match, leaving just the Alien Destructor and Philippa to be destroyed. But for me, Chaos 2, the winner's there. Pussycat from the right-hand side. Stinger spinning as we know they will do. With Kevin Scott and Carl Skinner and Tim Man at the controls. And Pussycat's gone over and the blade impaled on the arena floor. That is the strength and power of the blade. And did you see the slice out of the arena? Coming back on the attack. For me, Pussycat has to be among the top 2 or 3 robots in the world right now, not just the UK. Chasing Stinger down onto the sidewall. Stinger spinning crazily once again. And oh, is it too crazy? I think I saw some padding out of the tyre. Let's have a look to see if there's padding coming out of the tyre, because if there is. It means the actual remote control aerial, which is in there, is now suspect and maybe damaged. Are they out of control? We'll wait and see. Or is it just good but superficial damage caused by the Pussycat blade? Well, that's a controlled attack by Stinger, so I think you've got your answer. Down comes the bludgeoning device, the mace, the spike, call it what you will, of the Stinger team. Kevin Scott at the controls. Pussycat wheels away to come in with another attack. He said, well, David Gribble said he was going to rip out that control link, remember? Earlier in the programme. Hasn't lived up to that boast so far. That's just very good driving again, though, by Pussycat. Into reverse, turning, coming back. Little body feint dummy. Drawing Stinger on now, but drawn on to the pincers of dead metal very nearly. And Stinger is really coming back into this with a couple of bashes with the bludgeoning device. Again, closing down the angle. Pussycat turning to come back on the attack once again. Trying to get at that rear axle of Stinger. Stinger dodges. Down comes the bludgeon. This is a very, very good battle. You can see the damage there onto one of the tyres of Stinger. Do you see it? As it goes away to live, to fight another day. Together. Mutual respect perhaps in the arena there. Eyeing each other up. In comes Stinger. Not a good attack. Went wayward to one side. Again, Pussycat dodging. Very good driving by young David Gribble to dodge the mace. This is too close for me to call, I think. Something's come out there in the tyre. Bit of padding. In comes Pussycat. I might have done just enough if it goes to the judges. Still time, though, for Stinger to come back with a couple of mighty swings of that mace. Pussycat frontal attack this time. The cat's claws rip into Stinger. The cat dodges nimbly to one side. Puts the brakes on, almost like a handbrake turn there. Oh, it goes to the judges. That was a mighty battle, wasn't it? They truly are all stars. You'll see Gemini split immediately. That's their usual tactic, and Razer going in with a crushing beak on the vulnerable top of Gemini, trying to crumple and crush down through the armory, and already has a grip. Don't forget, if one part of Gemini is immobilized, that's it. The whole robot is counted out. Together they dance. Gemini trying to free itself with the lifting ram. Can't do so. So the other part of the clusterbot will get in and try and flick Razer over. Oh, look! They tumble together there. You ever seen fighting crabs on a beach? That's what they look like, tumbling over together. Look at Razer's self-righting. Wings coming out. Upside down, still with strength. Gemini away. Matilda comes in, trying to flick Gemini over with the tusks. Razer spinning away. Gleaming steel machine with the sort of front low scoop. Now that's an addition. You'll see it very low down. Zero ground clearance there. You see it on the front. A sort of ramp to get in underneath opponents. Has done that now with Gemini. Gemini brilliantly designed, but how much effective weaponry is there when they split? Well, you've just got the answer to that. Razer has been turned turtle again, and still locking on to Gemini, using the beak and that front ramp, if you like, as a jaw mechanism to hold on. Terrific stuff here. It's even Stevens. See the damage done to one of those Gemini clusterbots there on the right-hand side? Scarred, certainly. This one hasn't had any damage yet, this part of the clusterbot. And that's what Razer's after. Trying to cause as much mayhem as he can. He's got in underneath here. Oh, and there is the damage. Listen to the popping of the tyre.
Like a balloon popping there. That was an amazing attack by Razer. It's let Gemini go, but the damage there could be crucial if this goes to a judge's decision. And with time seeping away, I think it may well do. Good drive by Razer betwixt and between. Saw the pincer movement, got away from it. Now Gemini coming again. Razer, oh! It got a lick of flame up the rear end, and it wasn't a good piece of driving. It'll have to go to the judges. Will that count against them?
Great tag team terror final. The Pussycat comes in against Suicidal Tendencies early on. There's the Razer type beak. Pussycat on its side can drive any which way up. It's a great design, Pussycat, but look, are they going to be clawed? Are they going to be crushed? Don't forget, they can go back and be tagged by Diotoir and rescued. There's the two-teeth blade trying to slice through Suicidal Tendencies, and the drive by Pussycat forcing the Tendency on the back foot. It's a trapped robot, a trapped robot. Don't forget Suicidal Tendencies. Now they can push on Pussycat. Will Pussycat go back into the CPZ and be replaced? It's been patched up throughout this series. Look at that. Put a gaffer tape holding it together there, the Pussycat. On a side, they managed to disguise that away from our cameras in the pits. I can tell you that damage, and Suicidal Tendencies is off after the Pussycat boys. We saw that at the back of the Suicidal team. Still the others wait to be tagged. The Steel Avenger, we just caught a glimpse of ago. Diotoir there, top of your picture. And out comes Diotoir now, and out comes the Steel Avenger. And they're all out there in the arena. All is fair in love and tag team terror war. Over goes the Steel Avenger now from Diotoir. Diotoir using the scoop bucket. They've got a little memento, a little mascot from Megamorph. The Welsh boys there, the inflatable sheep on board as well. And it's certainly at this moment pushing and shoving the Steel Avenger over on one side. Tony Bates there in the Steel Avenger team would have been pleased with the way that they self-righted. And the two of them are together, the gleaming steel machines. Again, the Avenger is pushed onto one side, and Pussycat and Diotoir, a concerted pincer attack there. Suicidal Tendencies tries to split them up. Good old battle this, isn't it? Look at Diotoir, there's hardly any fur left on it. It's balding. Pussycat's blade spins and whirs. In the middle of the picture there, this is Suicidal Tendencies away from Diotoir. Look at the sheep, there's nothing left of them. They once came into the arena with a meat and veggie kebab on the spike, their old weapon, and cooked it in the flame pit. And there goes the release button, completely demolished by Pussycat's blade. Down goes the pit. Who's going to go in it? To win the tag team terror contest outright, you have to stop both robots, let me remind you. The ref bot's in there. Diotoir. And there's the Steel Avenger trying to dance around the lip of the pit. Suicidal Tendencies chasing Pussycat. They're all involved. It's been a terrific contest. Pussycat away. I couldn't call this. This is tremendously tight. The judges have to make a decision. And they will. Well, good luck to them. I couldn't decide. Very, very close. There's the green light from Red Rock. Steel Avenger coming in from the right of your picture with the feather duster. Now that's not going to last long, is it? Not in the flame pits, I would have thought. Dancing away. The sparks from the angle grinders at the side of the arena. Behemoth backing on to the Steel Avenger. Has the pneumatic scoop in the front, Behemoth. The Avenger using the pneumatic axe. The Avenger is slightly the heavier, 100 kilos, plays 95. Certainly driving Behemoth here around the war zone floor. The ref bot has a check. Steel Avenger has been beaten by robots like the Wild Thing and also Diotoir in the past. Behemoth has a very good track record, you remember. Beaten by Exterminator in the last wars on a judge's decision. And flipping the Steel Avenger on its side. Behemoth with the power in the end. Look at that scoop. Then the axe came down, a concerted 1-2 attack. And now, with the feather duster left behind, the Steel Avenger is in no shape to avenge anything. And I think here the challenge belt will remain with Behemoth.
Oh, what's the ref bot doing? He's nudged the Steel Avenger off the flame pit there. The crowd don't like it, and neither do I. Should have been left to lie, I think. Behemoth on the attack again. Anthony Pritchard, a model maker by trade at the controls. And a model attack, and the Steel Avenger very nearly out of the arena. It's almost out. Bang! Down, crashing onto the war zone floor and away. Lucky escape for the Avenger. Great attack here by Anthony Pritchard at the controls, the 24-year-old, leaving the Steel Avenger perilously close to defeat. Toppling down and away, just about. Behemoth waiting to come in on the attack again. Well placed, well positioned. Another drive with the scoop, the bucket at the front. And the Steel Avenger taking on to Killalot. Hardly wise, foolhardy, jetting away, just escaping. And now up to 15 miles an hour over the war zone floor. But in comes Behemoth, in for the kill. Sensing victory, perhaps steam is being vented there from the arena floor in one great jet. The ref bot has another check on the Steel Avenger. Moving quickly, trying to avoid trouble, knowing it is the second best out there, really, to Behemoth. And the Steel Avenger again turned on its side. 100 kilos, look at this. Straight onto the bucket scoop, the pneumatic scoop. Driven by the 24-volt electric motor, Behemoth. Comes in again on the attack, into the CPZ. The Steel Avenger is toppled. This is Killalot, can go into that CPZ. It's a corner patrol zone, that's home to the house robots. For me, the Steel Avenger's self-running mechanism is finished. He looks to mobilise, oh look at Behemoth trying to tip to Killalot over here. A well-timed attack there by Anthony Pritchard. Seeing that Killalot may have been off balance, is okay now, but Behemoth went in on the attack and Killalot doesn't like it. And he's turned his attention on Behemoth now and coming away with that mighty claw in the lance. A whisper in Matilda's ear by Killalot, planning deadly, dastardly revenge on Behemoth, perhaps. Ref got a check on the Steel Avenger. Wasn't counted out. Still in the fight, but only just. And again, turned over on its side. Behemoth must have the points in the bag. Should this go for a referee's decision? I don't think it'll be needed. And the ref bot counting down the Steel Avenger. And it's all over. The challenge belt will rest with a Behemoth. There you see Behemoth nudging the pit release. I'm not too sure if it's too late for the Steel Avenger to go down to the pit. It is! The Steel Avenger counted out anyway by the ref bot. The belt remains with Behemoth. Now, will it meet its grisly end, I wonder? A prod, a nudge and a shove, and the Steel Avenger doesn't want to go. But the bravado's all for show, and at full pelt, Behemoth retains the belt. Two classic wedge-shaped robots here. Firestorm's fur, by the way, is a lucky talisman supplied by the Diotoir team from Ireland. Very popular in the pits. At the moment, it's a fur-brain scheme because the fur is being peeled off by dead metal. It's on the chase now, but Wild Thing gets in from behind. I wonder if that fur will get tangled up in Wild Thing's circular weaponry. 12 kilos of weight behind that weapon. Two cutting blades spinning at 6,000 RPM top speeds. The side spikes as well. Underneath, though, Wild Thing goes Firestorm with the little flipper. But there you see the Wild Thing Streamech, the Streamech arm. So therefore negating Firestorm's flipper. This is a much improved Wild Thing in this series of Extreme, I must say. Making a much better fist of it. Semi-finalists in Series 3 and Series 4. Bags of experience then. Both these teams, actually. Wild Thing, a more aggressive, side-on attack. And that's good defensive work by Firestorm. They're preventing Wild Thing getting in behind, and Wild Thing into the side arena. And that means Dead Metal can come in there. Dead Metal's own great saw. There's Shunt. And Wild Thing is a risk here from Dead Metal on the left, Shunt on the right-hand side. Getting away from the pincers, but only just as there'd been damage to the weapon. Let's see if the weapon's working. A light flickers on there. Wild Thing's always had lurid paintwork. There's one eye working anyway, twinkling red. But I can't see the saw going round the circular blade.
I don't think that's working at the moment. And Firestorm sensed that. I wonder if it's changed things. It has! Wild Thing suddenly on the defensive. This whole battle has been turned on its head. Firestorm with a great chance now. Wild Thing trying to self-right. And the self-righting arm has actually pinned it immobile on the arena floor. And they are going to be counted out, Wild Thing. The big release button has been activated. And Wild Thing, totally in command, have been beaten. Well, that is a major turnabout. I couldn't see that happening, not halfway through that battle. Oh, Wild Thing, you used to make the heart sing, but no more. Into the pit. And Firestorm coming in on the attack. What on earth was that about? They're already through to the semi-finals. They don't need to risk themselves. And I don't think the house robots are going to like that. No shunt, look. Trying to axe the CO2 canister. Firestorm crazy. What on earth are they doing? And they're still involved, look. Very quick Razzler as well. Top sort of left, there it is. Like a mini Razer, do you see it? Also raising the flag I saw in there, Anto. There's Ian Lewis at the controls of Razzler. Got a mini Behemoth out there as well, and someone's gone flying. That has gone out of the arena completely, the mini arena. I think it was Pants that went flying out. Top right of your picture, you've got Combat Ant in there with Razzler. Combat, oh, it's over the floor flipper, and another one's gone in underneath. I think Anty went in underneath the floor flipper. Have a look at it again. This was the moment Combat Ant flew, and Anty went in underneath. You're out of it, Anthony Pritchard. How about that for driving skills? We've got a wheel come off as well. It's all happening out there under pressure from Combat Ant. Anto has lost a wheel. This is Little Nipper with Razzler onto the arena sidewall. Combat Ant again with a little, well, a nervy nudge, wasn't it? We've still got the cluster bot out there as well. This is Razzler, though, to sort of edge away at Combat Ant with the devilishly destructive beacon claw. Combat Ant pushes it away. The arena sidewall. Little Nipper goes up on the raised ramp. There's Legion. Part of Legion is still going top right. Oh! And Razzler's gone. Razzler's into the pit. Pushed down by Little Nipper. Ian Lewis is out. We've got Little Nipper there. We've got part of Legion. Oh! Have we got part of Legion anymore? Spinning up into the air? I don't think so. Richard Thompson and Alex Timney. They flew away. It's now between Combat Ant and Little Nipper, I think. Although part of that cluster bot is still fighting Legion. For me, Combat Ant moving to the left has been the more effective, but it's going to go for a judge's decision. Oh, and I forgot Anto's still alive, top left. Well, judges, you decide. I really have no idea. Never get only one survivor goes through to our Annihilator final. That's the most awesome weapon we've ever seen on Robot Wars, and it's even better, the weapon on the front of Hypno-Disc, dodging away from Wheelie Big Cheese. In comes Ming 3 to enter the fray. Is that wise? Well, they have the crushing arm. Oh, goodness me! And the wheel is shredded on the side there of Ming 3. Look at that dent, that tear in the wheel of Ming 3. What a deadly assault! Just slicing down the side of Ming 3 completely. Ripping it asunder. Wheelie Big Cheese tries to get out of the way, and no wonder there's a dent. Look at the front of Wheelie Big Cheese as well. There's a huge crevasse dug out of the front of Wheelie Big Cheese. Can anything stop Hypno-Disc? Look at the wheel of Wheelie Big Cheese. It's almost sliced in two. And the front. Tries to get that great cheese jaw opened up to flip and maybe clamp. Ming 3 doesn't know what's hit it. I think Ming 3 could well be immobilized there and then. Trying to get back into action. Holes, slices, tears. Well, Wheelie Big Cheese has been grated, let's be honest.
And as for Hypno-Disc, it is pulling everyone under its spell. In it comes again. Ming 3. Battered almost into oblivion, and there goes a whole wheel! A whole wheel has come off! One attack! Oh, there goes the other one, but why not? So, Ming 3, what are you going to do now then, boys? Come on. Back into the action, Ming 3. Creep across the arena floor. Dead Metal's out. But of course, the ref bot. Back to Mongo for Andrew Cottrell. The ref bot's in there. Counting down. Wheelie Big Cheese counting down. Ming 3. Hypno-Disc has battered everything there. That was awesome. That was deadly, demonic destruction. Poor Alex and Oliver Cottrell. Alex is 11, Oliver is 8. They can't have seen anything like this in their lives. Look, Wheelie Big Cheese, one of its back tyres is almost bent and buckled, but still enough life in Wheelie Big Cheese to get rid of Ming 3. We know Ming 3 is out. We know it's going to be pitted. Wheelie Big Cheese in the grapple of Dead Metal. Oh, and look at this. This is why this is the battle of the night. They love it. Destruction. The sparks fly. Dead Metal slicing into Wheelie Big Cheese. There's the carcass also of Ming 3 in there. On the arena floor, Hypno-Disc all gleaming steel and spin and destructive capabilities. And the sparks fly again, littering the arena floor. There's what's left of Ming 3. Into the pit, says one. That's where Wheelie Big Cheese is shoved by Shunt. The house robots have had their say too in this battle, which has had everything. Bravery by Wheelie Big Cheese. Suicidal behavior by Ming 3 to enter the arena at all.
Cease.
With the truly awesome, spectacular Hypno-Disc. That was truly frightening. Terrific robots here. Only one survives and goes through to our Annihilator. 3 of the very best though. Stinger, I love it. Just slams that great mace down, and Behemoth is turned over by Thermidor. One of the most improved robots we've seen around, Thermidor. Behemoth and Stinger smashing into one another. But this is the moment when Thermidor flipped Behemoth up and over. Only 1.5 centimeters of ground clearance, but they found that gap, Thermidor. Stinger spins. Thermidor again on Behemoth. They're out of the arena. They've gone. Look at that. 95 kilos simply dumped out of the arena. Bang. They're almost unbeatable, Behemoth. Until this moment. Great power from Thermidor. There goes the siren, which means the pit is being lowered. And one of these will go into it. I bet even George Francis of the Chaos team is taking note of Thermidor this time around. Stinger's mace, Thermidor's lifter. Who's going to win this one? Stinger in on the side wall of the arena, tries to hop away from Thermidor, maybe just stay out of trouble. Thermidor needs to dodge the flames, can get through to the electronic controls. 4 12-volt batteries on Stinger. Thermidor with 24 volts in there as well. There's the pit waiting. It's gone all a little bit quiet now. Thermidor may well think David Harding and Ian Harvey is driving. They've done enough, but they've done even more. Stinger's gone. They've knocked both of them out. Thermidor, last man standing, the only one in. There went Stinger. Out of the arena. That was mightily impressive by the Lobster. Tornado, very quick across the arena there. A side slam. Ooh, they don't want to get near that scoop and the axe that can come down.
But look at this power of Tornado then, whipping up 10-mile-an-hour top speeds, 97 kilos behind the shunt. Behemoth side to side, and again withstanding that frontal assault. That bucket scoop, the titanium bucket scoop, can withstand just about anything we've seen, apart from the crumpling attack of Behemoth on its side here. This is the pushing power of Tornado, very low centre of gravity Tornado. They're very difficult to get hold of. And Behemoth here, the challenge belt holders are in real trouble. They've had 2 victories, 1 more were given the belt outright, but they are struggling here and struggling badly there. Anthony Pritchard, his brother Michael and Kane Aston in the controls, and Behemoth are in all sorts of problems here. They're against the side axle grinder on the side of the arena. And they know they have problems, the Pritchard boys. In comes a red bot for a cursory glance to see whether they're immobilised. Get it onto the arena floor to see if they are immobilised. Can do that. And no, they're not. Tornado. And the scoop is lifted up. And comes down eventually. I thought there they might have had problems with the scoop Behemoth. But Tornado doing all the work here. Pushing and shoving. They can't get too much damage done by the spinning disc. Now they're upended, but of course, they can run each way up. It's invertible. Is Tornado. What a great battle this is. One of the best we've seen in Extreme so far. Behemoth nudging, and they're going to try and get that scoop in underneath and flip Tornado out of the arena, but they delay too long, and in comes Matilda with that hugely damaging flywheel, and Tornado gets out. And again can slam Behemoth into the side. This is great stuff. In comes Behemoth again. Front head-on collision. Tornado pushes him away. And Behemoth there, driving into the pit release tyre. That activates the pit release, so they're confident now that they can push Tornado down into the hole. We'll wait and see. Onto the flame pit. Behemoth over that flame pit now. Behemoth, I'm off. 2 near the flames. Get out of there. I'm pushing Tornado away. Tornado, look at that for traction on the arena floor! Oh, this is a brilliant tug-of-war! It's Tornado and Behemoth, head-to-head! And it's gonna go to the judges! Good play! That was close! Very! Terrific fight this. Razer on the attack. And with that new sort of improved front scoop, very difficult for anything to get in underneath Razer. And it can also act as the second part of a pincer with the beak crushing down. And Behemoth scoop has got into that crushing zone. And the scoop is being buckled and bent now by Razer. And is Behemoth indestructible? Look at that. The scoop is simply being buckled by Razer, but Behemoth driving Razer back here. Great power by Behemoth, pushing at a top speed of 7 miles an hour. Were they being dragged by Razer there, or were they pushing? Razer comes on a side attack. Maybe trying to get to one of those self-righting Behemoth arms, just to simply break it off. I think Behemoth and Anthony Pritchard at the controls know they have a real fight on here. Oh! The scoop, though, into play. And Razer turned over. Turned turtle. Can Razer use the beak and also the side wings to self-right? You see the wings coming out there? They've got little spikes on them to try and help them self-right, but not if Behemoth is driving them across the arena floor. Now, if Behemoth can keep Razer in there, can press down with the scoop, not lift with the scoop. It can lift, as we said to you beforehand, 300 kilos. What's the pressing power of it? Not much. Because of the damage sustained there to Behemoth, they couldn't press Razer down. But is Razer okay? Is there power in Razer? They're trying to self-right. They need to get away and come on the attack again. Very, very good skills there from the Razer team, from Ian Lewis at the controls, to get away and live to fight another day. Here they come. On the side charge, on Behemoth, and again down comes the crushing arm of Razer, this time simply slicing through the chassis of Behemoth, causing as much damage as they possibly can there to the very chassis of Behemoth, which is in real trouble here now. There's the ref bot, there's the clock, counting down, it'll go to the judges. This has been a magnificent fight. Both robots have sustained damage. Both have been aggressive. Both have had great control, and Behemoth right at the end has flipped Razer. It goes to the judges, but Behemoth on the attack right at the end. robots. Only one winner to go through to our Annihilator. Steel Avenger cuts between the two of them, chased by Tornado, which just grinds opponents down, pushes them across the arena floor. King B not really in the action so far, a smash and a crash as the Steel Avenger comes head-to-head with Tornado. Tornado getting in underneath the Steel Avenger, trying to get that 15-kilo spinning disc slicing through the armour plating of the Steel Avenger. The steel and polycarbonate armour with that telltale feather duster on the back, the good luck symbol. There's Tornado on the top of the picture. That was a great run to attack the Steel Avenger by Tornado. King B is out of the fray at the moment, not really getting involved. Basically trying to catch the others. It's almost like a game of tag. Come on, try and catch us if you can. And eventually King B got into the fray there. Caught up. So is that a lack of control that he can't get into the fight here? Simon Harrison at the controls of King B. Now does with the front lifting spikes. There is Simon, but didn't seem to be able to get those lifting spikes in underneath Tornado. What's happened to Tornado? Tornado has stopped in the middle of the arena. King B now can get in on the attack. Has Tornado here been immobilised? Are the wheels turning? Yes, they are on one side, but not the left-hand wheels. They have stopped on Tornado. They're in trouble. Meanwhile, the Steel Avenger attacking now. King B and there's Tornado. They're out of it, I'm sure. The ref will have to come in here. They're, I think, completely immobilised now. Four-wheel drive can run both ways up, but the motors have to run the 750-watt motors, and they're not. So we're left with two, I would think, the Steel Avenger and King B. Certainly the ref bot has come in now to count Tornado out. They're going, and this is a great contest now. And King B timed it just right and paced it just right. Tornado, they're out. Counted out there by the ref bot. And away they go on the flipper floor. Tossed up in the air. Look at this. Way! Throwing Tornado's 97 kilos. It bounced across the arena floor. They're out of it. Andrew Marchner said bye-bye to the mayhem. Steel Avenger has hit the hit release button there. You can see the tyre lit up, which means the pit of oblivion is descending. Tornado will go down there anyway. But how about that? Oh! And King B has lost a wheel! One wheel completely snapped off or broken off. Steel Avenger, let's see if it was the Steel Avenger that did the damage here. There it was, the side-on assault by the Steel Avenger coming in on King B. And there goes the wheel. That hit that with a full power of 100 kilos at 15 miles an hour. And there are three wheels on that particular wagon now. King B can't get the saw to work. There go Tornado down the pit. Matilda gave them a helpful little shove and a push from behind. You really don't want Matilda anywhere behind you. Let me tell you, I've been in the pits with her. It isn't too pleasant. The clock ticking down, and certainly for me, the Steel Avenger has won this one. Oh, but look at that right at the end! Tornado on the right, Chaos on the left-hand side. Oh! Chaos 2 has flipped itself! Up and over! Well, they came in there with an attack that was too premature and not judged. A rare mistake by George Francis, and Shunt is out after the kill, and Tornado senses that perhaps an upset victory could be on the cards here and a place in the All-Stars final. Tornado has his fan club. I must admit, I've been a growing fan here on the evidence of what we've seen in Extreme so far. But George Francis on the back foot throughout this semi-final because of that early mistake. They came in, they mistimed the flipper, and all of a sudden, he's got work to do here to gain points back if it should go to a judges. Is that flipper stuck open now? We've seen it before. When it gets stuck, there could be problems. No, I think they're okay. But Tornado once again doing the pushing, and don't forget, this time around, Tornado has that blade in front, that circular drum saw. Chaos 2 with a great flip. Tornado's up and over. It's invertible. Come on, both ways up. Driving Chaos 2 back into the CPZ again. In comes Dead Metal with the pincers. It's got Chaos 2 in its grip. Chaos 2 trying to flip and get out of that CPZ. Tremendous battle. Down comes the saw here of Dead Metal. Onto the flipper of Chaos 2. A concerted effort by Tornado to get in underneath there. Look, trying to rip the heart out of Chaos 2. Staying out of the way of Dead Metal and also shut the red foot. You just saw having a glance. Chaos 2 in real trouble here. Could this be a first ever defeat for Chaos 2? This version of George Francis's veteran machine trying to get it away and out of danger. Tornado on the attack. They can sense victory here. They're after Chaos 2.
hunting, harrying, chasing into the CPZ. Good tactics there by Tornado. Oh, Dead Metal's got the wrong one! I don't think he should have been able to do that because Chaos Sue was forced into the CPZ by Tornado. Dead Metal got the wrong robot. They should have attacked Chaos Sue. Well, that is very interesting because the whole tide could be turned now with Tornado up on its side. And the ref bot is going in to have a look and see what he can do. And Tornado unfairly pinned onto the arena sidewall. No, this is not right. Shunt is going in there and having a go at Tornado. Very much on top here. The ref bot quite rightly seeing what he can do here. Almost to right Tornado, I would have said. And right or wrong, it was a wrong. And that's quite correct. Well done, the referee. And Tornado back in play. Ooh, they don't like that, but it's correct. It was a good decision. Chaos 2, though, senses perhaps it could have turned things round here. There was the flip on Tornado. Look at the depth of the scratches. The damage caused to Chaos 2. I don't think George France has ever been in a battle like this. Tornado on the drive again. They've recovered their senses in underneath. Piggyback for Chaos 2 against the arena wall. They're up on top of Tornado now. It is relentless, Tornado. It drives, turns, drives again. Push, shove, brilliant stuff. It'll go to the judges. He's a worried man.